Assalamu alaikum. This is Business Studies with Saad Abdul Karim. Today we are going to study types of business organizations. Let's understand first what is sole proprietor. This is the most common form of business organization. It is owned and operated by just one person. Although the sole trader can employ others, the owner is the sole proprietor. So if somebody want to start a business, so this would be a good option because you don't require a lot of capital. Now there are several advantages of sole trader. First, there are few legal regulations for him to worry about when he set up the business. Means there are hardly any requirements. If you just want to start a business, you just start it. Second, he has freedom to choose his own holidays, hours to work, prices to be charged, and whom to employ. If he found that he could not do all the work by himself. So simply speaking, this form of business is good for the people who doesn't want to work under anybody. Third, he did not have to give information about his business to anyone else other than the office. He enjoyed complete secrecy in business matters. This is one of the reasons that this kind or type of business organization is the most successful one, as he or she is not going to share any kind of information to anybody else. Just like there are advantages of sole trader, so there are disadvantages of sole trader as well. First, he has no one to discuss business matters with, as he is the sole owner. If he would like to share or he would like to seek any suggestions, so there is nobody. Second, he does not have the benefit of limited liability. The business accounts cannot be separated from his accounts. The business is not a separate legal unit. Now let's first understand what is limited liability. Sole trader has unlimited liability, which means that his liability is unlimited beyond the business. For example, if a sole trader he gets a loan from the bank and he won't be able to pay because of the losses. For example, nowadays we are having a very good example because of COVID-19 or because of the corona, so many businesses are going to close down or they don't have the capacity to pay back the loans. So in that case, the bank is going to sell his personal property as well. So this is what we call unlimited liability, and he does not have the benefit of limited liability. Now the business is not a separate legal unit, means if anything happens, so the owner is going to be held responsible as well, because if it is a public limited company, which we are going to understand later, in that case only the business is going to get sued. The owner is going to be harmless. Third is he wants to expand his business, however he does not have enough money to do this. Most of the time it happens that sole trader wants to expand his business, but since he has the limitation of the capital, he does not have a lot of money, so he cannot expand just like others do, like partnership or public limited company. The other form of business organization is called partnership. Now what is partnership? A partnership is a group or association of between 2 and 20 people who agree to own and run a business together. It is advised to create a written agreement with a partner called partnership agreement or deed of partnership. Without this document, partners may disagree on who put most capital into the business or who is entitled to more of the profits. So if there are two people, they want to start a business, they can form a partnership, and there is a limit till 20 people. So 15, 18, or max 20 people, they can have a partnership business. Now, what are the advantages of partnership? Since there are more people, so more capital could now be invested into the business from the owner's savings, and this would allow expansion of the business. So the more capital, so the bigger the business is. Second, the responsibilities of running the business were now shared. So this is one of the most important advantage of partnership. Since one person cannot do all the work by himself, so definitely the work is going to be shared, which is beneficial for everybody. Third, both partners or all the partners were motivated to work hard because they would benefit from the profits made. So the more they are going to work in, the more profits they are going to get it. So that kind of enticing for them, which make them to work more harder. Just like sole trader has disadvantages, so partnership has disadvantages as well. The partners did not have limited liability. If the business failed, then creditors could still force the partner to sell their own property to pay business debts. So mind you, the sole trader and partnership, they have unlimited liability as compared to others. So private limited company and public limited company, they have the limited liability. Second disadvantage would be partners can disagree on important business decisions, and consulting all partners take time. This is one of the major reason why partnership breaks or they discontinue their business, because it happens every now and then that there are issues that people they get disagree on that, and just because of that they have to discontinue their business. Third, if one partner is inefficient or actually dishonest, then the other partner could suffer by losing money in the business. So this could be one of the other reason that why some of the business in the form of partnership fails. The other type is private limited company. It is a form of business which is owned and managed by friends and family members, and its liability is limited in nature, just like we discussed earlier. In this form of business, capital cannot be raised by selling shares to the general public. So, for example, if I am in a partnership business and I want to expand it further, so I would say, okay, let's convert our business from partnership to private limited company, because here we have maximum 50 shareholders. So more people they are going to invest into the business. Now this typical business like private limited company, if you want to keep your business inside the family, so this would be the best option. The other type is public limited company. This form of business organization is most suitable for very large businesses, so that you can take an advantage of economies of scale. They are not owned by the government but by private individuals or private businesses, and as a result they are in the private sector of industry. Now this is important here that most of the students they get confused that public limited company owned by government, because here it's a public. This is wrong. That is public corporation which is owned by government, so please don't get mixed up here with the public limited company and the public corporation. So it is owned by private people just like you and me. Capital can be raised by selling shares to the general public through the stock exchange. For example, we have so many public limited company like Unilever, P&G, Angro, and so on. So they are all listed in the stock exchange, and we buy shares to be part of the company as a shareholder. Now, what is joint venture? A joint venture is when two or more businesses agree to start a new project together, sharing the capital, the risk, and the profits. Here we need to understand one thing. It's not necessary that I'm going to combine all my business with my other partner, because joint venture is kind of a partnership, but that is for a particular project. For example, if I am a textile mill owner and I want to say get into the construction business, so I can have a joint venture with somebody else in the construction business, not in my textile mill. So as long as that business continue, I'll be in the joint venture with that particular business, and if that project is completed, so that joint venture is going to be finished. Otherwise, if the business is going to be continue for the foreseeable future or for indefinite period of time, so that joint venture is going to continue. The other type of business organization is franchise, which is very popular everywhere. There are two kind of parties in this type of organization: the franchisor and the franchisee. Now, who is the franchisor? It is a business with a product or service idea that it does not want to sell to consumers directly. Instead, it appoints franchisees to use the idea or product and to sell it to consumers. So simply speaking, we are using somebody else's name because they are very popular. In the fast food business, most of the common franchises are McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, and there are other franchises as well. Other than the non-food item, for example, we have Nike. Even Ufone is a sort of a franchise. Now, who is a franchisee? A franchisee is a business based upon the use of the brand names, promotional logos, and trading methods of an existing successful business. The franchisee buys the license to operate the business from the franchisor. So let me clear one more time. The franchisor is a business who owns the name, who owns the logo, who is actually the one who first started and he gets popular. And if I want to use his name, so I'm going to use a franchisee. And even schools nowadays, they are a very common kind. For example, we have city school. So city school starting their own franchise called the smart schools, and they are selling their name being a smart school. Now, what are public corporations? Just like I told you, don't get mixed up with the public limited company. Public limited company is different and public corporations are different. So they are wholly owned by the state or central government. The example of public corporations are PIA, Pakistan Steel, Sui Gas, And what are the objectives of public corporations? To keep prices low so that everybody can afford the service. So most of the utilities, now what are the utilities? We have 4 utilities like electricity, telephone, water, gas, so that everybody would get benefit from that. So this is one of the reasons that government, they own these businesses or even transport. To keep people in jobs so that unemployment does not rise. If it's a private business, just like nowadays it happens that businesses are firing because they don't have jobs because of corona. But in case of public corporations like PIA, suffering from losses, half of the planes are grounded. Even then, they are not firing their employees, they are not laying off their employees. Third objective of public corporation: to offer a service to the public in all areas of the country. Let's take an example of this objective. Say if it's a FedEx or a DHL, so they are going to close their office if that office is situated in Murray and only 2 letters are posted in the whole month. On the other hand, if it's Pakistan Postal Services, no matter whether 2 letters or 200 letters are posted, that postal service office is still going to be operated. Same is the case with the bus or transportation services. If any route where only few people are traveling and if it's under the management of the private people, so they are going to close down. Why? Because it is not viable or profitable to do this. On the other hand, if it is under the hand of the or under the management of the government, so they are going to still run it because they do care about the people. So let's sum up. We have different types of business organization. Number one is the sole trader, where only one sole person, sole means one, so it is owned by one person and managed by one person. Second is partnership, where minimum 2 and maximum 20 people they can start their business. Third is private limited company, where minimum 7, maximum 50 people they can start their business or they can manage their business, and it is owned by private individual. They have limited liability, and most of the people who want to keep their business in the family, they prefer this type of organization. The other one is public limited company. Again, this is owned by private individuals, and where very large kind of businesses just like car manufacturing or soft drinks like Pepsi and all. So this kind of business is suitable for very large organization. Now then we have a joint venture. If you really want to start a particular project or you want to start a particular business and you want to have somebody else expertise or capital, so you may join hand with that person. So this is what we call joint venture, means jointly managed and jointly owing. The other one is franchise. And franchise, we actually use somebody else name, somebody else fame, somebody else logo, where we, so that there are less chances of failure. And we just started, because most of the business, why they close, because they don't have any fame, they don't have any success, and this one of the reason why franchise business is so successful. The last one is the public corporation, which is owned by the state or central government, and the examples I gave you, just like PIA, Pakistan Steel, we have Suigas. Thank you.